While being a Tibetan refugee, he has made it into the Bollywood film industry with his indomitable talent and hard work. From his first film, Margarita with a Straw, to his recent film, Guilty, he has made us Tibetans nothing but proud. Tash Dile, this is Sakina Bhatt and welcome to In Conversation with Tibet TV. For today's episode, we have an Indian actor of Tibetan origin, Tenzin Dalha. Dalala, it's lovely in every way to have you. Welcome to our show.
Thank you, Sakina. Thank you for inviting me.
Dalala, I'm sure it has not been an easy journey for you to reach at this stage where you are. You have done movies with some popular actors of Bollywood. Tell us about your journey to the Bollywood film industry. What inspired you to pursue this career?
So to begin with, I'm still on this journey, honestly, and it's like this seems to be a very long road, and you have no idea where the end is also. So I would like to experience this as of now, and then rather talk about it. I mean, probably one talks about a journey when the person has reached to a certain level or has reached the destination. So I'm yet on this journey. I'm yet on the road, still trying to make it. So yes, I really can't say right now. And what inspired me to pursue this is like I still have a mentor named Mr. Stephen Marazi, and then he used to be my theater teacher back in school. So he really exposed me to different approaches to theater itself, and from an early point in my life, he exposed me to different kinds of films as well, music. So I'm really thankful to him for whatever knowledge that he could pass on to me. And then I thought like this is my cup of tea. So yes, after finishing my academics, I made a choice of taking acting as a career.
Tell us what got you into the Bollywood film industry.
What got me into the Bollywood film industry? I mean, this is the only Hindi film industry that is there actually out there. So you can try your hands on. So I was doing Hindi theater for a very long time, and so I'm very comfortable with the language also. So yes, that's the only motivation that's there.
I have noticed that you have done movies of different genres based on sensitive issues. For instance, your recent film Guilty was about the Me Too movement. Your upcoming film Akuni is about racism towards the northeastern people in India. So how do you make your movie selection?
So for an actor, it's usually until unless you're an A-lister, you cannot make a choice. Like, you cannot make a film choice. The film chooses you. So if a character has been written for you in a script of a film, then it chooses you. So what happens in this process is you have to undergo a series of audition and a look test. And it is only after when the director and the producer chooses you to play a particular part in a film, that is when you come on board. Now, for an actor to make a choice, you can only make a choice after you are being selected by the director and the producer. And that is the only point of time. So when do I get to choose is when after I get selected by a director and a producer, I ask them for a script, read the script for thoroughly for 2-3 days, and then meet them, and then decide as to whether we should go forward with this, whether I should go forward with this or not. Usually what happens is I do go forward with it if the script is good, and you get to know about the sensibilities of the filmmakers by reading the script.
You are a Tibetan, someone with a different language and culture from the others in the Bollywood industry. Have you faced any challenges because of your identity in the film industry?
I've been lucky enough not to thank my stars or whatever, but luckily I haven't faced any kind of challenges because of my identity. The only time I faced not a challenge of sorts, but like an institutional racism was when it was back in school, and then I think it was 2011 when Premier Venjabao was visiting our school, and then a group of students were supposed to meet him, and then I was handpicked out of that group of students because of me being a Tibetan. I wasn't allowed to meet him.
But good to know that you do not face any challenges in the film industry regarding your identity. Anyway, Dalala, you worked with the students for a free Tibet. Tell us, how can the young Tibetans pursue their dreams and be responsible towards the cause of Tibet at the same time?
My motivation or my path crossed with Students for a Free Tibet when I was writing a play named Algav when I was in my final year of college, in my third year of college. And so I'd gone to Dharamshala to do research for my play because the play was about three generations of Tibetan living in exile. And then while researching, I happened to meet Students for a Free Tibet because I wanted to spend my time with young, like-minded Tibetan myself and get to know about different perspectives on the same issue, and how to follow your dreams as well as work for the cause of Tibet. To this, I think uh, it's about what you can give to the cause, rather what can the cause give to you. So it's you finding your place in the bigger machinery and then somehow fitting yourself as a tiny cog in the machine. So I mean, if the motivation is right, if the objective is right, I think one can find the perfect balance there, and one can find itself helping in the cause somehow or the other.
There are many Tibetan filmmakers who are making really good films these days. We noticed that through the Tibetan film festivals held in Dharamshala. But there are very few Tibetan films that goes to a bigger platform. What do you think that they should focus more on, and what do you think that they are lacking in?
I mean, there are many more senior filmmakers than myself. I haven't still become a filmmaker. I'm just a part in a film. So I think like filmmakers like Ritu Sarin and Tenzin Dalha are their films are great. They are of international standard and they are well received by the international audiences as well, all around the world. They have been to the best film festivals and their films speak for themselves, be it Sun Behind Cloud, Dreaming Lhasa, The Sweet Requiem. Um, so I think it would be very hello, pompous of me to answer this question honestly, because there are much more better filmmakers than myself in this field already. But yes, there's one particular young Tibetan filmmaker who I'm aware of. She's Tenzin Dalha. She is from Paris, and then I really like her films in terms of her maturity in craft, in terms of her storytelling, and it doesn't stick by the books. So her approach to filmmaking is very radical, and her stories are very original. She's made Royal Cafe and Seeds.
What are your upcoming projects and your future plans?
I have two films releasing, which were supposed to release in June and August, 99 Songs and Akhuni, respectively. But I think due to COVID-19, it has been shifted further now.
What are your future plans, Dalhala?
My future plans, I don't know. I'm just waiting for future to unfold itself, honestly. So let's hope for the best, I believe.
I have heard that you wanted to become a filmmaker and to work behind the camera as well.
Yeah, that's very true. I enjoy writing. I write for myself, but filmmaking is a very, as much as it is creative, as much as it is self-enduring, it is a very technical job also. So I think for me to become a good filmmaker, I must spend enough time in front of the screen before I go behind the camera. So this is all my learning years right now, and then I should be able to face the pressure of being a filmmaker because I would not want to make artistic compromises due to other problems. So I hope I can reach there someday.
Do you have any message for the aspiring Tibetan actors and filmmakers?
I think reading is very important because imagination is very important for an artist. It's not like I see. I'm nobody to give any advice to anyone because I'm still on my path. I'm trying to figure it out right now. I haven't got a complete control over the craft as well. But I feel what works for me is reading helps a lot. Writing helps a lot. I think one must read and continue to write as much as they can. And following the paths of the great. In our case, there's no better example than Ritu Tenzin Sonamla and um, Tenzin Rutola, and they are artists of international standards, if I'm allowed to say that. Uh, so yeah, and then consuming a lot of good films, keep consuming a lot of good, like not now good films doesn't only mean good Bollywood and Hollywood films. The world is much bigger. Explore Iranian cinema, explore Korean cinema, Argentinian, Brazilian. There are lots and lots of very, very good filmmakers over the period of years. So yeah.
Dalala, being a Tibetan, how do you manage to speak really good Hindi with a very good accent?
Uh, I have a lot of Indian friends, so yeah, probably that helps. And then I did Hindi theater for a very long time, and in college, until my 12th standard, I was doing only English theater, and then when I entered college, I started doing Hindi theater, and then it opened me to a lot of good Hindi writers and Hindi plays and literature.
Dalala, being a Tibetan myself, it feels really nice to see a Tibetan actor working in Bollywood. When I was watching the film, when I was watching the movie Guilty, it felt so good to see a Tibetan face at the opening scene of the film. You are a phenomenal actor who can don various characters on screen, be it Margarita with a straw or even the movie Escape from Tibet, where you portrayed the role of Kundan. You are amazing. So, so please keep up the
Yeah.
good work. And like you said, that you are still on the journey, but I'm sure that there is still so much in the future for you. Thank you, Dalala, for speaking to Tibet TV.
That's so kind of you to say that. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm still getting there. I'm still getting there. Thank you for inviting me. And I'm really fond of your show. I think it's the first of its kind in our community and it was very much required because of our vast diaspora.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the kind words.
Sujana Saginla. Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next episode of In Conversation with Tibet TV.